Hello everyone, welcome to the Reddit Guy channel, where we bring interesting Reddit stories your way. Let's begin. Story 1. My best friend pretended to be my friend for years just to sleep with me. We met in college while living in the same shared house. The rent was cheap and everyone was broke, so about 15 men and women lived there. Honestly, it was a bit of a hellscape. The house was dirty and poorly maintained, but the people were nice and I made some really good friends there. One of them was Mike. I did not feel a romantic connection, so I was never interested in him that way. Still, since we lived together and attended the same college, we spent a lot of time together, grew close, and eventually became best friends. Over the next 5 years, we both dated other people and were always comfortable talking openly about our relationships. Mike never behaved inappropriately toward me and never crossed boundaries with his girlfriends. He was loyal, respectful, and genuinely a good person. That said, there were 2 moments when he showed romantic interest. When we first met, he flirted with me once, but I did not reciprocate. Later, after I ended a 2-year relationship, about 4 years into our friendship, he flirted with me again. This time, I turned him down more firmly. I was not unkind, but I wanted to be very clear so there would be no false hope or confusion. That breakup was very difficult, and I needed a lot of therapy afterward. Honestly, that was the main reason I turned Mike down. I had just come out of a bad relationship and did not want to jump into another one. That would not have been smart or healthy. That was over a year ago. I have been single since then and have not been casually dating either. I used that time to heal and grow. Which brings me to this past week. Mike and I had been talking every single day for over a year. We talked through messages and calls since we now live very far apart. He decided to come visit me and I was really happy about it. I offered for him to stay at my place to save money. I lived alone and had space, so I prepared a spare bed for him before he arrived. When he got here, it was not awkward at all. We had known each other for 5 years and had been best friends for most of that time. But as New Year's Eve approached, he asked if he could kiss me. This time, I felt like I was in a place in my life where I could trust again. I had known Mike for years, and I believed he would not hurt me. So I said yes, and we kissed. We are older and more mature now, so the kiss naturally evolved into something more intimate. During the rest of his visit, we shared a very personal experience. We slept in the same bed, took showers together, watched movies while cuddling, and even went to the cinema holding each other the entire time. It all felt natural, personal, and cozy. Then his visit ended and he went back home. I was not expecting a full-blown relationship or even a friends with benefits situation. I simply expected us to talk about what had happened and figure out what it meant or where we should go from there. But now he doesn't reply to my messages anymore. We used to talk every day for hours. Now there's only silence. Let's take some comments. Commenter 1. Why did you not bring this up directly the next day? Reply from OP. He was on the road the next day, so I wanted to give him space, but then he started ignoring me afterward as well. Commenter 2. I would not take this personally. This sounds like the average experience with straight male friends. Not saying that to be rude, but my non-straight male friends would never do this and would protect the friendship. Sex ruins friendships. Straight male friends, you really have to know better. Maybe he's sorting things out mentally, or maybe he got what he wanted like you suspect. I'm truly sorry. Reply from OP. Yeah, I thought I knew him after 5 years. I really thought we would be the exception and that sex would not ruin our friendship. Update. A lot of people asked for an update, and I didn't think there would be one so soon, but here it is, the final outcome. Mike messaged me. He sent a text like usual, completely ignoring the ghosting and everything that had happened between us. I replied normally, and we talked briefly about nothing in particular. I was at work at the time, so I waited until I got home to ask him directly what was going on. When I got home, I told him I felt like he had been avoiding me. He replied that he wasn't avoiding me and said he was just busy playing games and forgot to talk to me. He also said he didn't think the vibe between us was weird or different. I then asked him what our week together meant to him. He said it was just a couple of friends having fun and nothing more. He does not want anything romantic with me. So, yeah, this is not the happiest update, but it's definitely the most realistic one.
Thank you to everyone who commented on my previous post. He was not cheating with me like some suggested, and he was not confused or sorting out feelings either. We are still friends. I'm just glad he didn't disappear completely. He is still my friend, and I respect his decision. Final comments. Commenter 1, why would you continue being friends with someone who manipulated you, got what he wanted, and then gaslit you? I'm so confused. Reply from OP, this might sound dumb, but reading the comments helped me snap out of it. I realized afterward how bad the situation actually was and how poorly I was treated. Commenter 2, I would ghost him. He is not a real friend. Real friends have boundaries. He wanted sex, got it, and now he will breadcrumb you until he wants more. I hope you realize your value. Reply from OP, we are never sleeping together again. I felt a spark, but it will pass. I will not let myself be treated as disposable. If he wanted something romantic, this was his chance. Commenter 3, waiting for the second update after you drop him. Reply from OP, I don't plan on posting another update. I will not beg or humiliate myself, and I will not beg for friendship either. We are already not talking like we used to, so the friendship will likely fade out. Here is what I also think. This story hurts because it shows how easily trust can be weaponized. Being patient, respectful, and emotionally safe doesn't give someone the right to access your body and then emotionally disappear. Friendship built on hidden intentions is not friendship, and recognizing that isn't bitterness, it's growth.
Story 2. I ghosted my best friend of 22 years. About a month ago, my best friend, we are both 28-year-old women, made a confession. Since then, I have gone completely no contact with her. No one in our circle knows why. Her boyfriend has been reaching out to me on her behalf, as well as her sister. I have not said much, except that we are no longer friends and that I do not want any contact with her. I truly have no one to unload this to, so I am unloading it here, because it has been weighing heavily on my heart. I am not sure anyone in my real life would believe me if I told them anyway, because my ex-best friend is someone who presents herself as kind, inclusive, caring, and trustworthy. Up until she made her confession, that is exactly how I viewed her too. I'm going to refer to my ex-best friend as Leah, a fake name, moving forward. This happened when we were 14, over a decade ago. Leah's mother was engaged to a man that Leah did not like. He was strict, controlling, and tried to parent her. Then Leah accused him of touching her inappropriately. I do not remember all the details from back then. I just remember Leah being pulled out of school for the remainder of the year, and detectives speaking to me about anything I might have witnessed, since I had spent the night at their house on multiple occasions. From what I was told later, the situation went to trial, and the man was found guilty of third-degree sexual assault and sentenced to time in prison. Fast forward to last month. Leah and I got together to do some holiday shopping. We hung out at my apartment afterward and had some drinks. She seemed really down, which I had noticed throughout the day. I asked her about it a couple of times, and she kept saying it was nothing. After a few drinks and reminiscing about our childhood, she eventually confessed to me that 14 years ago, she had lied about her mother's fiance doing things to her. She hated the man because he was strict and controlling. He gave her rules, enforced them, made her do chores, and essentially tried to parent her, even though he was not her biological father. She did not want her mother to marry him and knew the only way her mom would break up with him was if she accused him of doing something to her. When it went to trial, she cried on the stand, and apparently that made her more believable to the jury than her mother's fiance. Since then, Leah says she has felt extreme guilt over her actions. She has struggled with recurring depression over the years and says it all stems from this. No one else knows the truth. Her therapist and her boyfriend both believe her depression is a result of being sexually assaulted as a minor. I do not know what to think. It happened so long ago. I tried to understand Leah and justify her actions because she was only 14 at the time.
Surely she did not fully understand the impact her actions would have. But in the end, I felt sad and disgusted. She stole a man's freedom. She weaponized an experience that real victims go through. I could not be friends with her anymore, so I ghosted her and did not tell anyone why. Now all of our friends and family think I am a terrible person. To be honest, I don't really care. I'm grieving the loss of 22 years of friendship, as well as the life of a man who served time for a crime he did not commit. Comments. Commenter 1. The man's name should be cleared, and she is a piece of trash. Commenter 2. Yes, if she is truly remorseful, she should dedicate every free moment to clearing his name, which honestly may never fully happen. I worked with a woman whose brother-in-law was in prison for the same thing. When the stepdaughter's guilt finally got the best of her, she and her mother tried to get him released. Even though the young woman admitted she lied, the last I knew, the man was still in prison. It's tragic. Losing your freedom, income, reputation, everything. Commenter 3. If he has to register as a sex offender and that could be erased, that would be huge for his life now. If she were truly intent on making amends, she would start a campaign to have the conviction expunged from his record. At the very least, it would stop appearing on background checks. Personal commentary. This story is devastating on multiple levels because it shows how one lie can permanently destroy a life while the truth stays buried. Being young explains poor judgment, but it does not erase accountability, especially when the damage is never undone. Walking away was not cruelty, it was the only way to protect what was left of the narrator's conscience.
Story 3. I've been waking up at 3 a.m. to move my neighbor's trash cans slightly every week, and he hired a priest last month. This started 2 years ago. My neighbor, Gary, reported me to the Homeowners Association because my trash cans were visible from the street on a non-trash day. I received a $50 fine. I said, "Okay, Gary, okay." Every Wednesday night, I set an alarm for 3 in the morning. I go outside wearing dark clothes. I move his trash cans about 6 inches to the left. That is it. Just 6 inches. Then I go back to bed. For the first few months, he did not notice. Then, one morning, I saw him standing in his driveway, just staring at them. He moved them back. Next Wednesday, 6 inches. He started putting a rock in front of them to mark the spot. I moved the rock too. He installed a Ring camera. I began approaching from the blind spot behind his bushes. I know his yard better than he does at this point. Last summer, his wife came over and asked my wife if we had noticed anything strange in the neighborhood. My wife said no. I was standing right there. I ate a granola bar and nodded. In October, he had the house blessed. I watched a priest walk through his front door. I saw them standing in the driveway, praying over the trash cans. I almost felt bad. Almost. He has started bringing the trash cans inside his garage now, so I have pivoted to moving his welcome mat 2 inches every week instead. I will never stop. I do not even remember what being normal feels like. The Homeowners Association created me. Edit. Since people keep asking about the Ring camera, the welcome mat is by his side door. The camera points at the driveway, but I'm not taking chances, so I bought the same Ring camera model and spent a month testing angles in my own house. There is a 2-foot blind spot if you approach from the left hedge. There is a 10-second delay before recording starts. I can be in and out in 8 seconds. Comments. Commenter 1. I hope this is real because I am absolutely loving it. Reply from original poster. Laughing out loud. He has started parking his car slightly differently every night, like that is going to help. It will not, Gary.
Commenter 2. Good floor jack, smooth parking space, move that car a few inches. Commenter 3. Back in the early 1970s, my 6'2" cousin had a neighbor across the street who would spend 20 minutes parking his Volkswagen Beetle, making sure it was a certain distance from the curb and perfectly straight. My cousin and his friends started picking it up and moving it in the middle of the night. No cameras back then, and they never got caught. Personal commentary. This is petty revenge taken to its most unhinged surgical extreme and somehow still feels earned. What makes it so funny is not the movement itself, but the slow psychological unraveling it causes. If the Homeowners Association wanted compliance, they accidentally created a supervillain instead.
Story 4. Am I the asshole for refusing to leave my job so I could take care of my disabled brother? I am a 22-year-old female, fresh out of college with a marketing degree. My younger brother, Alex, who is 19, has Down syndrome. He is verbal, funny, obsessed with superheroes and puzzles, but he needs support with daily routines, social interactions, and medication management for his heart condition. He also needs supervision to avoid impulsive behaviors. Alex attends a day program for young adults with disabilities and lives at home with our parents. My mom is 48 and works part-time in retail. My dad is 50 and works in logistics. From middle school onward, I was Alex's main helper. I handled after-school pickups, homework, medication, meltdowns, and bedtime stories sometimes. My older sister, who is 25, moved out early and was rarely asked to help. She is busy with her career. I skipped clubs, parties, and even fraternity events because my parents always said Alex trusted me most and calmed down faster with me. I still graduated on time and recently landed my dream entry-level job at a high-end tech firm. It starts next month and pays $65,000 a year with great benefits. My parents congratulated me until Alex's day program cut hours due to funding issues. There are no open spots in alternative programs for a long time, and private aides cost over $35 an hour. They claim they cannot afford it, even though they absolutely can. At a family lunch last week, they cornered me. They told me Alex's program is ending soon and said they need me to quit my job and stay home to watch him during the day because I am the only one he truly listens to. They said it would just be temporary, that it is a family duty, and that I need to take care of my brother. I was shocked. This job is my foot in the door. Deferring means losing it, restarting applications, and possibly relocating later. I waited years for this independence. I took care of my brother for so long, and this job meant everything to me. It meant living my life again. They brushed it off and said jobs come and go. They said Alex did not choose this. They told me I have always been amazing with him and that they cannot risk a stranger messing up his routine. I asked why my sister couldn't help or why they couldn't adjust their shifts or use savings. My mom teared up and said my sister has her own life now, that they've already given up so much, and that it's my turn to step up for my brother, even though I was already taking care of him fully. I said no. I already signed the offer, bought work clothes, and planned my commute. I told them this is my future and I don't want to miss it. My dad got angry and said I was choosing a paycheck over my disabled brother's well-being. He asked what kind of sister does that. That night, things became intense, and I packed my things and moved in with a friend. My parents told family members that I'm ditching Alex for a fancy job. Relatives started calling me selfish, saying a few months won't ruin my career, but a lack of care could devastate him. I genuinely love my brother. He has disabilities, but he's the kindest brother anyone could wish for. I really care about him, but I feel like I did everything in my power to be there for him. Please be honest. Am I the asshole? Comments. Commenter 1. Not the asshole. You are not obligated to be your brother's free, full-time caretaker. We only get one life, and you need to live yours. Take the job, move out, and live your life.
That doesn't mean you stop spending time with your brother, but you need to prioritize your life first. Your parents are calling you selfish because they are used to dumping things on you and you complying. Now is the time for that to stop. Editing to say, I bet if you asked your brother, he would want you to be happy in life. And that means taking this job and setting yourself up for a good future. Commenter 2. Anytime a relative gives her a hard time, she needs to tell them they can talk when they quit their own job to look after the brother. She was parentified to a ridiculous degree, and now she deserves to live her 20s. Commenter 3. She also needs to do it now. Even though her family says it will be temporary, it will not be. It will be forever. Even if they let her go 5 years later, she would be re-entering the workforce with a 5-year gap on her resume, competing with people without gaps. She would miss out on years of career growth, raises, and advancement. It would put her far behind, and they would still always need her. It would never end. Personal commentary. This story is a painful example of how love can quietly turn into lifelong obligation. Being a good sister doesn't mean sacrificing your future while everyone else moves forward. Choosing your life is not abandonment, it's survival.
Thanks for enjoying the stories. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss new Reddit stories.